Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Committed Critics, a pop culture podcast where we're not only committed to our own opinions, but also each other. Aww. I'm Zachary Wright.
I'm Ryan Davis.
And I'm Jordan, filling in for Kevin.
Ha! I got the top billing today, boys. You guys can go. Never mind, I'm not going to say it. We're in the first minute of the episode. How you guys doing?
Good.
Living the dream.
Oh, they're not good if you're a Midwesterner saying living the dream. Am I right, boys and girls?
Jesus.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Jordan, are you okay? You doing all right?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm
not.
fine. Oh,
you okay, Ryan? What's going on?
I just watched a movie.
What movie did you watch, Ryan?
Not fun. What movie did I just watch? Speed Racer.
are you kidding me?
No.
What?
That
Encanto.
terrible ass movie?
Oh.
Hey, whoa. Speed Racer's a good movie.
No, it's
you
not.
You shut
It's
your mouth.
awful.
Oh
It's
my God.
phenomenal. That
It is
movie's better
so
than what I thought it.
Boring?
Here's the thing. I rewatched it, and it's actually much better than I remember it being as a kid.
Oh, I refuse to watch it. I will get triggered.
Well,
That's not what we're here to talk about.
Noted.
this is definitely the
No.
theme of today's
Talk about Speed
episode.
Racer, guys.
Oh my God. This is definitely the topic of this or how this episode's going to go. Jesus. We just watched Encanto. This is what I challenged Ryan and Kevin to 2 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. But Kevin fell in a hole and he's lost somewhere until we pull him out. So if you guys want to see Kevin back, give us some money on Patreon.
Oh my God. Yes, we're
good
holding
plug
our
then.
own person hostage.
We're holding the head of our streaming and our producer in a hole until you give us more money, guys.
Oh no.
If you ever want to hear
Yeah.
Kevin's voice again, send money to Committed Critics at Patreon.
Hello, it's dark in here.
What is going on?
Chaos. But yeah, so we watched Encanto. Jordan is filling in for Kevin because she also watched Encanto with us. Jordan and I have watched it twice, actually. And Ryan has watched it for the first time. So we'll give our initial thoughts, a review score, and then we'll talk about things we liked and what we didn't like, our favorite musical number, et cetera, et cetera. Heavy spoiler warning. We will be talking spoilers. So if you don't want to have Encanto spoiled for you, now is your time to get the heck out. So
Whoa.
without further ado, I will start first because I feel like Ryan and Jordan are going to go back and forth on this one. I'm just going to say my piece because I am just la-di-da-di-da in the clouds on this one. I don't care about a thing in the world. I genuinely loved Encanto. I enjoyed the pace of the film, how quick it is to get into the action. I enjoy how the music is used in instances by Mirabelle, sorry.
Oh.
I know, right? Peeling back the curtain on Family Magical and how they actually feel when Abuela isn't around. The music is used to reveal that and how their powers and how they hide certain things from Abuela to maintain that image of perfect around her. The colors of animation are vivid and super colorful. Lin-Manuel Miranda kills it with the music. My only really gripe is just how the movie kind of ends after the climax, but I'll get more into that later. But yeah, so I give it a 4.5 out of 5 just for my own sake and sanity.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
Whoever wants to go next, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, people. It's okay. It's just okay.
Yeah, that's right. I'm pretty sure that's how Kevin feels about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I went to this movie, open mind. I heard all the great stuff about it. One, I forgot how much I hate musicals that don't address the fact that it's a musical.
So we're really starting off strong on this.
Well, I was already very much like that first opening number. I was already beating my head against the wall because I was like, "Oh my God, they did not just break off. It's a musical number to explain this damn family."
Yep, they did.
I'm like,
And
What else would
I
you
was
do?
like, you could have just showed or something. I don't know. I just was like,
You could have
these
just
kids have been
showed in a movie?
Jesus Christ.
Zach gave
My
me
whole
so
thing
much
was-
shit for this the other day.
What do you mean?
Harry Potter,
Yeah.
movie 3.
Yeah.
We could have just. Oh wait, no, that was telling, not showing.
Yeah, you need to calm down there, sis. Ryan, continue. I'm sorry for the intrusion.
it's fine. That was funny, but
Sit down, Jordan.
Yeah, no, because I was just like, these kids have been living.
No.
Let the man
like, these kids
speak.
have been living here this entire
tell
time, and you don't know what the gifts are
Yes.
For the Madrigals, I'm like, how stupid are you? Are you living under a rock? I mean,
dude.
there's a whole house right there. And so she has to go through and tell them, hey, here's what the gifts are for my family. I don't have one. And they're just like, what? You don't have a gift? I'm like, yeah.
It goes back
And,
to the hiding the actual, like, what happens in the house, right? They all kept up appearances. We are the audience coming in. This song was for us.
I can tell what they have just by looking at them. I was like, all right, that one controls the weather. Oh, that one got flowers and beautiful stuff. That one's lifting donkeys. I don't know.
Just bicep curling donkeys, you know?
Yeah, I was just kind of like, all right, cool. Overall, yeah, the pacing of the movie, I did not like it as much. It was way too fast and resolved too quickly because I'm pretty sure family problems do not get solved within the space of like, what was it, 2 days in that movie?
Hey, listen, you want to have a toxic family brawl or you just want to kiss and make up and be like, you know what? I'm going to respect your trauma.
Honestly, I thought the scene in the movie was going to turn very violent. It involved a lot of like ropes. Let's just say ropes.
Oh my God.
And
what do you
well,
mean?
I'm trying not to say spoilers right now, but like,
No, you could,
yeah, I thought it was I enjoyed the movie for what it was, and I was all right, that was cool. Would I ever watch it again? Not unless like it was a group setting. I give it. I was trying to decide between 2.5 or 3, so I gave it a 3 to be generous because it is still a good, solid movie about family and all that loveless stuff.
So basically, it's just a musical. You don't like musicals movies.
I don't like musical movies, but I enjoy it was a good family story. If it had been the same movie without all the musical numbers interjecting, I would have been like super happy with it. There was only one song in there, and I was like, this fits. This goes well. This fits in right here perfectly.
The emotional crux of the movie.
Yeah, the emotional crux of the movie. I was like, yeah, that's where music is supposed to be in a movie. You have it, that emotional piece. Like, all right, yeah, this is the whole family coming together. But nah, they just, the rest of it, I was just kind of like, all right, cool. We're going to pause the movie to do this quick musical number real quick. I am happy I did not see this in theaters.
Just a real quick segue, and we'll get to Jordan's thoughts. Ryan, have you watched any of the new like Pixar movies or Disney movies that come out besides Encanto, like Turning Red or Luca?
The last Disney Pixar movie, anything revolving around Disney animated, was Soul. I enjoyed Soul.
Oh, okay.
Which ironically did not have a bunch of musical numbers, which I expected more musical numbers than the Jazz movie, but I was happy.
Has Pixar ever done a musical?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think they have either. No. Okay. Just want to make
I
sure.
forget Pixar and Disney are not the same thing because now their animation looks the same.
Well, I mean,
so
kind of, not really. Yeah, I get what you're saying. A lot of the animators go work back and forth, obviously, but
yeah. I mean, I know it's not the same, but like it's the 3D models and everything. Because it used to be like Disney was like purely like 2D and then Pixar was 3D, but now it's both. So
gotcha. All right.
I just forget what
Jordan.
All right.
What were your thoughts?
No, I give this movie also a 4.5 out of 5. I had a feeling I was going to enjoy this movie by watching the trailer. I watched the trailer a couple times actually.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize just how much I was going to enjoy it. It's a beautiful film. I love all the colors. I love that Disney's going a little bit. I mean, they were already colorful, but just like even more.
The color pops, like the saturation.
I loved every character in this film and just kind of how they progressed throughout it. I also loved a look into different culture than the one that I know myself. But even with that, it was still cool to see the same issues that happen because I feel like every family has some generational trauma just thrown in there, little sprinkle.
Yeah.
But it was really cool about this was just the significance that we saw about it on social media. Like not just we don't talk about Bruno trend and stuff, which we did on our TikTok, but also just like people talking about it and seeing themselves represented on screen, like in a movie, I think is just so cool. And I think that's the direction that Disney and Pixar should just be taking with their newer films. I know this is mainly a Disney movie, right? Not Pixar.
It's not Pixar. Yeah, it's Disney.
But I also like too with this is that there wasn't a really distinguished villain, but rather how we all kind of have that internal struggle that comes with being human. Yeah. And I just think that's a really it's nice to see that change with like kids movies, and I like too with this movie how kids and adults can enjoy it together. It's not just mainly like little kid stuff.
I also want to add in, I love how I agree with you. Like you said, the Disney movies are not getting more adult. Like the message has been being more realized now.
Yeah.
Like with Turning Red, for example, like the quote unquote controversy around Turning Red, how it's like dealing with like growing up and how people don't find it appropriate to talk about these things and like to yell at your parents and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like I understand like different strokes for different folks and how your family is respected, stuff like that. But ultimately, if your voice isn't being heard by your own family members, that I can be seen as problematic. And I think that stories like that need to be told so you can feel heard and like have that validation in your life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents right there.
Yeah, I agree with all your points. Although I will say one thing: there is a villain in this movie. I will talk about it during the spoilers.
Oh my God,
there's a villain.
It's conflict. It's communication.
There you go.
No, it's evil.
Okay, she is not.
Stop. We'll come back to it later after the break. Before we go on break, we got a couple more minutes, so we're gonna go into what our little favorite musical number is. Even though Ryan doesn't like music, so
I love this.
Ryan just hates music. Ryan just hates music in general. Period.
I don't hate music. I was just like, I just hate musicals that do not address, like The Muppets. My favorite musical because they address the fact that they are in a musical and how stupid it is. Like, how do all these people know the music choreography? It's because they practice before so that people could leave.
Ryan, I have a show for you to watch, and it is called Schmigadoon on Apple TV.
What the hell kind of name is that?
Megadoon.
It is the town where this...
Schmigadoon?
You're playing a game called Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I don't want to hear it.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is the most... it acknowledges the fact of... I'll get back to it.
It has Michael Keegan Key in it.
I love Michael Keegan Key.
And Cecily Strong.
Wait. Keegan Michael.
Wait, you mean Keegan Michael Key?
Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah. Key. Oh my
God. I was like, wait, what?
I knew it didn't sound right.
I said it back and I was like, that doesn't sound right at all. I'm like,
at first you said, I thought you said Michael Keaton, and I was like,
wait.
I thought you said Michael Keaton, and I was like, Michael Keaton's in this? He's singing? I was like, all right, Batman. Cool.
Hello, that's Birdman to you, actually.
No, he's Batman and will always be Batman unless he's Vulture, which is technically still Birdman, I guess.
Oh my God, real fast. Hang on. Quick other spoilers before we keep talking. I just want to go on this weird tangent. Ryan, have you seen the information that came out with the Morbius post-credit scene?
No.
Okay. If we have time at the end of the episode, I'll tell you what happens at the end of Morbius. I'll spoil it. Absolutely not. I'm going to spoil it. Who cares about Morbius?
Oh, no.
Who cares about Morbius? Am I right?
All right. Cool.
Favorite musical number. Ryan, yours. Go ahead.
Whatever that song was in Spanish. Fuck English.
Oh, yep, that's fair. All right. That song would be, Jordan, go ahead.
Dos oruguitas.
Two caterpillars.
For
us.
Yeah, that song. That song was the only appropriate song.
It made me tear up. I love that song. It's up for an Oscar.
It is up for an Oscar. If that song wins for an Oscar, Lin-Manuel Miranda will finally have
what's it contending with?
That is actually a very good question. Is that best original song?
Because I'm like that. I mean, I feel like it's gonna win because one Disney anyway, but I'm still
you'd be
like,
surprised.
what's gonna face off of.
Lin-Manuel Miranda has been snubbed a lot, even though he's right next to Disney. So a couple others. God dang it! There we go.
No Time to Die.
Oh, by Billie Eilish from No Time to Die.
Be Alive from King Richard.
Yeah, I'm rooting for that one. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Somehow You Do.
I don't know that one.
From 4 Good Days, and then Down to Joy from Belfast.
Is Soul not in this award season?
Soul was 2020.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was 2020. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I am rooting for Be Alive. I don't even care about Beyonce, but I am rooting for Be Alive. So
that's fair. This article I'm reading from Variety, they have different predictions, and yeah, I agree with it. Yeah, Jordan.
Okay, so my favorite song, I do love Surface Pressure, because it's so relatable.
Which song is that?
The one that Luisa, the strong one, sings.
Okay, the donkeys.
Cool. With the donkeys. I do love that one. But I will say We Don't Talk About Bruno is a fucking bop.
It slaps, as the kids say.
It is a good song. I don't think it's the best one in the movie, but it is a good ass song.
It's catchy.
It is very catchy.
It's catchy.
What about you, Zach?
I'll make this point now. I was gonna save for later, but I felt like that song was overrated. I was expecting more.
It's because you've heard it so many. You basically heard the whole version on TikTok.
No, I haven't. All I've heard is like the first two, like whatever the We Don't Talk About Bruno, and then But It Was My Wedding Day, and then that's about it. And I was just like,
so the first
I was
two
expecting
verses.
something different.
My favorite songs are Surface Pressure. I agree with Jordan. I agree with how it can be relatable, and I just love the way how the actress's voice who plays Lisa sounds. I think it's really unique and interesting. And then what else can I do? I love the imagery with all of the flowers turning into like different things. I just love the way the music video looks, and it just looks very colorful. I love the way the actress who plays Isabella says Hakarandas. I can't pronounce it, but I'm just like, yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm like, yeah, it's satisfying to hear. Yeah, but with that, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll tell it one thing we didn't like. So Ryan will go off on a tangent, and Jordan will defend it, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
Starting a podcast? Try a Podbean Unlimited hosting plan. It's what we use here at Committed Critics, giving us the opportunity to have our show on Pandora, iHeartRadio, and even Spotify. You can get your first month of unlimited hosting for free on us by going to podbean.com/committedcrits, just like our Twitter, or by clicking the link in the description. Podbean, the easiest, most affordable option to get started in podcasting.
Don't you wish there was a pop culture review site that appealed to cinephiles, both professional and casual? Well, look no further than crpwrites.com. New content such as movie and TV reviews, film essays, and more are released every week by writers who crave for movies like every moviegoer craves for popcorn. CRP Writes is dedicated to making sure no one is wasting time or money where they shouldn't be. After all, you have to be able to buy your popcorn and eat it too. crpwrites.com. Casual reviews with purpose since 2018.
And we're back from our break. Welcome back, guys. Do you have a sip of water? Oh, Jordan's still upset. She mispronounced Keegan Michael Key's name.
I'm so sorry, Keegan Michael Key.
He's going to cancel you now. So, yeah. So
You
we're going
can't
to
go see Nope anymore.
Nope is you got Nope on Nope.
I feel like that's gonna scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, now we're going to a quick thing that we liked, because we kind of already talked about what we liked, and we're going to go into one thing what we didn't like. So who would like to start with one thing they liked?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead, Jordan.
All right. So, like I said before the break, I really like how there wasn't a specific villain or bad guy, quote unquote. Ryan's going to debate me on this, I know, but it's fine. Abuela has her traumas too, right? And she wanted to give back to the miracle that saved her and her three little babies all those years ago. But she just didn't realize how much pressure and expectations she was putting on the rest of the family because of it. I feel like we can all kind of relate to that. It's not like she's a quote unquote, like, I'm going to go poison Mirabelle, Dr. Facilier type shit. No, it's not like that. It's just literally passing on her trauma. And everyone was struggling to actually be themselves, while also accepting each other for who they are. That's just typical family stuff. It's not a bad guy thing. But one example with that is just when Mirabelle finally realized that Isabella doesn't always want to be perfect, or the family realizing how Mirabelle really just wants to help and be accepted as a magical, because they kind of alienate her, which is not right by any means, but it's not like people haven't seen that before. Mm-hmm. But I do think it is a really beautiful way to show how a family can overcome trauma together. I also loved the different portrayals of women in this film specifically. So like Disney movies have been notoriously known for showing skinny white women, young women too. So seeing women of all shapes, sizes, and skin tones was just so refreshing. And I know we kind of saw that a little bit already on social media about things blowing up about representation, but like there were various skin tones, even though like Tia Peppa, she was very light skinned and stuff and a redhead, but she's still Colombian. Mm-hmm. And like to see that compared to Isabella's skin tone, like they're still one as a family. And I thought that was really cool to kind of see the variations that can come with culture.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah. Ryan, do you want to add in do you want to rebuttal with the one thing you did not like?
I don't want to start. I'll start with the stuff I enjoyed first. I mean,
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you're
I
good.
did
Yeah.
enjoy. I enjoyed a little bit. Like I enjoy, the subtle way some of the abilities are used. Like I enjoy the fact that like Tia Peppa, she had to like stay in control the entire time. Like she had to like be happy every single time, otherwise she would like lose control and start a flood or whatever.
Yeah.
Isabella really could like control plants. Like they made it seem like it was just all about her being beautiful, but I'm like, this girl can control plants. You can probably take all y'all down. That's why I thought earlier it was going to turn violent, that she was going to start like dragging her sister out and throw her against the room or
God,
something.
she's gonna start hanging at Mirabelle with the vines and shit. Oh my god!
Look, Jordan, I watch superhero stuff. I was expecting much more violence. I forget it's Disney. Damn it.
No.
But yeah, I also like how the accident-prone dad is married to the mom who can heal anything. So I'm like,
That's hilarious.
all right,
That's such a good joke.
That's adorable. But R.I.P. Bruno, he did not deserve any of the pain that he was given. Because he probably felt unloved as soon as he saw his room and was like, y'all gonna make me walk up all these stairs every single day? All right, screw this. I'm gonna go live in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's fair. That room did suck.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone else gets like a jungle and like
But
flowers
that's Casita's
and like
issue. That's not the family.
weight-
It's just his
a
gift.
weightlifting thing, and then he just gets a tower.
He gets the Tangled treatment. Yeah, for me, I enjoy what I said earlier. Wow. I enjoy about this film what I said earlier. Yeah, that's a sentence. It uses the music to show the true selves of the character, like Luisa and Isabella, who are held to impossibly perfect standards by Abuela. But we can also, like Jordan said, sympathize with the trauma she went through when the miracle was created. Abuela feels as though her family must be perfect to maintain that miracle, and just accepting who they are. We understand and empathize with each family member, and where the conflict lies with Mirabelle trying to sort out why she is singled out. Most importantly, we are watching this film taking this all in through Mirabelle, and so we have the most stake in her story. And like, man, why is she getting picked on by all these people? And like, that's what sucks. Like we don't get a lot of time, and so I guess this kind of goes into one thing I don't like about the movie, where it's like we don't get a lot of time with the other characters. We just get that time through Mirabelle. So if we could understand like how like Dolores ticks or Isabella ticks or like Luisa, like we do see to an extent of how they operate and what they feel, but to really understand their character and go in more depth, I would love to see like a series on one of those characters in like a little episode, even
A little short.
And kind of flesh it out a little bit more to give a little more backstory to them. I think that'd be really well done. Yeah, I didn't like the other thing I didn't really like, transitioning to what we don't like about the movie. Like I said at the beginning, it just kind of ends after the climax, after Mirabelle and Abuela reconcile. They come to an understanding and they acknowledge and validate each other's trauma and feelings. But it just, like Ryan said, just kind of shorts. They just kind of say, I'm sorry, we love each other, let's wrap this up and get home. I do like the village coming in to say, like, to help them out after after the family Madrigal has helped out the village the entire time. I think that was very well bookended, and I like that kind of like circle. I just wish the ending had this package, this nice little gift we had. It had a nice little, like a nicer little bow on it, nice tightly wrapped bow. But overall, I'm okay with, I can accept the ending for what it is, because we are in and we are out. It's such a fast paced movie, and it moves so fast, and not so fast, but I like how the pace is, so that way we can just get in, enjoy, and get out. All right, which one of you two would like to go first? Ryan, go ahead.
All right, let me crack my knuckles real quick.
As he beats Encanto into the ground, hangs it from the vines that Isabella makes.
I will agree with you, Zach, on the whole. I wish we had gotten more of the other characters.
Yeah.
And I pointed out to myself, I was like, I guess it's supposed to be because Mirabelle doesn't notice their problems until she sees or hears them.
Yeah,
but
you're
I'm
right.
like, all right,
Yeah.
it would been nice to see like a subtle like nod to it, because the only one I could see coming, like I saw all of them coming. I was like, oh, Luisa's gonna be upset that she's like, everyone is forcing her to do all the chores and everything. The Tia is gonna be upset because she has to control the weather, all that stuff. But I was like, I wish we could have seen more of them, because one, I hate that little shape-shifting cousin. That is the worst. I wanted to punch him in the face so many times just from just being. I was like, screw you, kid. I don't know who you are. I still don't know your name. I don't even know. It took me forever to figure out what his real face was.
His face or his verse, and we don't talk about Bruno though, still slaps to this day. Oh my god!
I don't even remember what his verse was.
7 foot frame rats long. Yeah. Oh my god! It hits. Sorry. Continue, Ryan.
But yeah, I was just kind of like, all right, cool. Like I said earlier, we don't talk about Bruno. I felt was overrated. But also like that family like was kind of like not kind of terrible. Like I still say the main villain of this entire movie was Dolores because she spilled the beans. No, not really. I was like, all right, Abuela, you don't have to be so mean to like your granddaughter. Like, yeah, she didn't get a power or whatever. Which also to that, they left those people outside that house. That house could have made itself bigger for other people. They could have had other people have magic houses, but nah. They made them sit outside and do the old toil work and everything while their food was all made for them by a magical house. That's unfair. That's terrible. I hated that.
Jesus Christ.
But yes, also, I was like, Abuela, stop being so mean to you. Like, you made your own son, like, run away. Like, he felt terrible around his entire family, and you did not, like, support or love him. You were just like, stop, you terrible son, you. Making everyone have terrible visions and everything. I was like, what the hell? And then Mirabelle, she's just like, you're a curse on this family. And I really wish we had seen Mirabelle just, like, leave. Like, I thought she was going to, like, actually, like, leave and, like, we're going to see the rest of the world. And, like, she's like, yeah, the rest of the world that exists or something. Or, I don't know, anything else other than she just walked, like, 2 miles, sat at a river. And then they were kind of like, oh, here you are. Like, I was expecting her to, like, leave. And she was going to find Bruno out in the world. And he was like, yeah, this is what my vision meant. Or this is why I left and all that stuff. I was expecting that much later. Like, I expected that to be a third act. Yeah. And so I was just kind of like, yeah, this was way too rushed. The family reconciled way too happily. No one held the grandma accountable for all the stuff that she did to her family. Except for Mirabelle, but she forgave.
They did, though, because they all helped rebuild the house together. They all do it together as a family.
I mean, yeah. It's just still let the people inside the house and live there.
Enjoy your turn.
Okay. So I would agree with Zach about this. I do think that the movie kind of ends abruptly. So I wish they gave it a little bit more time to breathe at the end because like we see Casita get rebuilt with the village helping out because, you know, it's kind of like our, you know, madrigals have helped them so much. Finally, like we can kind of help you with something, which I like to see. But what I would have liked to see too is even like a better bookend, like the next day with the madrigals or like a week after Casita's like fully rebuilt. Mm-hmm. Like you finally see how the madrigals are acting together instead of like what it was before. Yeah. And how their lives have changed for the better because of that. I also know this isn't really part of it, but I would have liked to see Mirabelle get her own room finally and get out of the nursery. Especially because Abuela has her own room and Abuela doesn't have powers. And I think that's kind of like something too that the film should have addressed a little bit better was that Abuela does not have powers either. Mm-hmm. So then why would she be treating Mirabelle crappy when Abuela herself doesn't have any?
True.
And like I actually had a
What is it?
Going. No, you go. What was your theory?
I had a theory during the movie. I was like, all right, maybe like Mirabelle's power is the house. Like the house, mm-hmm. The reason she didn't have a room was because the entire house became her room. Right. And that's why I thought the movie was going to go with, and that's why the house was cracking, is because Mirabelle was cracking. And so I was like, all right, so the house is going to fall apart because Mirabelle isn't happy, because the house is Mirabelle, mm-hmm. and she's the only thing that's keeping this family together. But that's not the way they went with it.
I thought I was about to see that theory too. I think there is a missing plot point in the movie, something to do with like Pedro actually becoming the house, like the spirit and soul of the grandfather, like actually is Casita. I think that was a plot point at some point in one draft of Encanto at some point in its production process, because it definitely feels that way, and like because Mirabelle is Casita's favorite, you can kind of tell, and like I think the point of Mirabelle not having power was to show like, okay, I think she was gonna be the successor to Abuela. She'd be the one that like takes over and keeps the family together. the person without the powers keeps the family together. I think that is what also was kind of trying to be set up. I think it's also left up into interpretation for that very reason. But ultimately, like I said earlier, the themes hit home, and
It
that's
would have been
what's
too
important.
complicated for kids.
Yeah, it's been too complicated for kids, but also I think the main theme and main story still hits without that stuff, like with the trauma and realizing that, and with family issues, et cetera, et cetera. But Jordan, continue. Was that it?
Yes, because now I forgot my point.
All right, well, cool. We can transition to final
I'm
thoughts
sorry.
now.
Oh no, you're fine.
No,
Ryan.
no, you're good, yeah.
No, I think it was kind of on the basis of what Zach was saying about like Mirabelle becoming the next Abuela.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Ryan, go ahead.
Final thoughts. I mean, it's another Disney movie. I enjoy it. Like I said, I probably won't watch it again unless I watch it with my family or with like a group of friends. I was happy to see a story about family instead of your classic hero versus villain. I kind of missed it, but at the same time, I was like, all right, this is something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still say it's better than Frozen though.
You hate Frozen so much.
I hate Frozen with a burning passion.
Jordan, go ahead.
Pun intended.
I do think this is the right direction for Disney to go with their films. I think having real life problems set in a magical setting will help kids today, as well as their parents, kind of point out different societal issues and maybe break the cycle that is generational trauma. Also, representation matters. Please, at Disney and to Pixar and all media conglomerates, do not forget that. There could be more.
Yeah.
There's always room to include representation. So.
Yeah,
Amen.
for sure. And that also includes on the production side of it. So not just telling stories about different cultures, stuff like that, just to tell stories, make sure that those people are working on them. So
Yes.
also putting that out. Yeah, I echo what Jordan says. Encanto is super good. Music is well done. I hope Lin-Manuel Miranda finally gets that Oscar he's been wanting these last couple of years. The themes behind it are critical, impactful. I agree with Jordan. I'm glad those of Colombian and Latinx cultures and heritage are able to have something they can relate to and feel like they can relate to with their families more specifically, because that is a bigger theme in those cultures. I saw that dialogue on TikTok when the film first came out. I also saw no, I won't go into that. Sorry. I'll cut that part out. Those Latinx backgrounds can relate to this generational trauma and how parents and grandparents hold their children to impossibly high standards. Yeah. So with that, we need to decide for the next 2 weeks what the challenge is going to be. So I think, Ryan, if it's okay with you, I think since Jordan is filling in for Kevin, we'll have Jordan steal Kevin's pick.
Go ahead.
What? I haven't come up with anything.
Yeah, I know. I think it'd be funny though. If Kevin wasn't here, he doesn't get a pick.
Oh no.
If you don't have anything, Jordan, I have something already geared up, but
That's fine. Then we can also do that too. I was just trying to do it to make fun of Kevin.
Go ahead, Ryan. I grant you Kevin's pick.
good because me and Kevin discussed this yesterday. We're gonna make y'all.
Oh, way to go! You
watch
betrayed me.
Arcane. Watch Arcane, please.
How many episodes is it?
9 episodes.
What is it? Is it an anime?
How long is it?
Arcane. It's only 9 episodes. Each episode is I think 45 minutes.
I don't know about that. It seems that's pretty long.
You wanted me to watch Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai is different.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's League of Legends.
It's not legal. It's based off characters from League of Legends. It's actually really good. Apparently,
It's good. It was nominated and won 9 Annie Awards.
When did it come out? Oh, wait.
This year.
It came
out
out
in 2021.
No, it came out last year, 2021. But
Yeah, November.
It won 9 Annie Awards for writing, music, everything. This is what you should watch.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. We'll watch Arcane. That works.
I mean,
Sweet.
if Zach watches it, I'll probably watch it.
I mean, I'm
with
probably
him,
gonna
yeah.
forget, so it's to remind me, and we have less time this time because we had to record a week later because we all were busy. But yeah, we'll watch Arcane for the next pick, and since you and Kevin bamboozled me, I will pick next. You two fucks.
That's fine. That's fine.
Should've made
Kevin,
y'all
I
free.
fulfilled your dying wish. Congratulations.
It's fine. It's fine. Remember, all negative criticism of Encanto doesn't exist because Kevin was not on this episode. Ryan, your criticism is valid.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I'm like the white guy validating criticism of the minorities here.
Validating
Committed
criticism.
critics.
Oh
And with that, if you want to hear the rest of our thoughts about other topics, tune into our full episode over on the Patreon. Our Patreon is just Committed Critics. You can find us there. We are also on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. For YouTube and TikTok, we are just at Committed Critics. That is COMMITTEDCRITICS. And on Twitter, we are at Committed Crits. That is COMMITTEDCRITS. Special thanks to our Patreon supporters, Diddy Peppers from Game Mechanics, Ryan Kowalkowski from Ryan Plays Drums, Andy Phillips, Manny Phillips, Jody Wright, and Devin Vonderheide. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.